Alright, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you don't know anything about what we do here, it's pretty obvious, I think. But basically, I've always wanted to be a musician, do something to create music, but I have absolutely no talent when it comes to playing. I cannot play at all. My hand gets locked up. I just can't do it. Tried for years and years. I'm just not able to. Not everybody can play music. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Even though playing guitar is something that seems like everybody else can do. So my contribution to music is building the instruments, creating the instruments. That's what I like to do. This video here, I actually shot 5 years ago, roughly 5 years ago. Filmed it at the end of 2019 into the beginning of 2020, and I was going to include a section with Jacob reviewing it and playing a song on it or something. But right before we could do that is when the pandemic hit and shut everything down, and then that's when all the other stuff started happening that, shut the channel down as well. Yeah, so we just never put it out, but I figured why not, like, the build is complete. Why not just put the video out anyway? And if Jacob's ever able to get back around to it and create a review video or play a song on it, we'll put that one out there too. Basically, it is the ugliest, worst looking 5-string bass you've ever seen. But it ended up coming out pretty good. It was comfortable to hold, lightweight, easy to play, and it sounded good. In fact, Jacob still uses it to this day on his recording sessions. And, the music that he puts out there on Spotify and all that. I think it's his main bass. Like, most of his music that's come out since 2020 has probably got this bass on it somewhere. But yeah, it's an old video that we just never finished and never put out. So when you put it out there, I'm going to look drastically different. I'm going to be probably 100 pounds heavier. And for some reason, clean shaven. I think the job I had at the time made me shave. So, yeah, it's going to look weird, but it is what it is. I'm lining up the scale to make sure I got room. This one, I'm going to build something I've never messed around with before. And that is a 5-string bass. And this one's going to be a completely custom design. All the other stuff I've built was based on other things. Strats, Telecasters, Les Pauls, all sorts of stuff. Where's the next one? Alright, it's kind of I'm not sure what you can really see there, but it's kind of a wonky, Firebird-esque. Oh no, I can't say Firebird. It's nothing like a Gibson. It's a completely 100% original design. But it is that linear style shape like they have, the angled. But it's kind of a wonky shape that's meant to... I got to work on it a little bit more, straighten some of the edges out. But I really made something that was going to fit on this piece of scrap wood. So hopefully the finished product is going to look alright. Just got to keep evening it out. Alright, now that I've got it sketched out where I want it, I'm going to use a black marker to trace out the lines that I actually want to cut. And that's going to be this one right here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting the body here. I'm going to be the first to admit that it's not a very good looking design so far. But for considering what I have, what I want, and what I'm capable of doing, yeah, I think it's a pretty solid compromise so far. there's the basic shape. I think that'll work. I'm gonna go grab my router and route out the neck pocket. You know, this thing, it is ugly as dick, but it is not uncomfortable. So get a couple of comfort curves in there, and this might actually be something. Not sure how well you can see it here, but I've gone ahead and beveled the whole edges of it to go along with the comfort curves. So it's just going to be more comfortable, more round, no sharp edges, etc. Small problem I ran into here though is I can't get the right angle to drill all the way through here. The pickups are just too far apart, and I'm gonna end up breaking a drill bit off in there. So what I'm gonna do instead is take the router and route out a little bitty channel right there, and then cover it with another piece of wood. I did a deeper channel, and then I routed out to fit this piece of wood in there flush, and that's pretty good. I just need to glue this in place. That's it. Alright, I painted it a nice ugly blue. I even got the headstock matching it. It's time to start putting it together. Alright, I've got it painted, getting the hardware and everything installed. Got the pickup set already. Need to do the wiring. The bridge, because I'm using a different kind of bridge on this, I had to put some copper tape there for the grounding. So when I run the ground wire, it can still ground to all of the bridges, because I'm using bridges like this where they're all separate individual bridges for each string. So I set the copper wiring there, or the copper tape, shielding tape, so when I ground with the regular ground wire, it won't be just grounded to one bridge, it'll be grounded to all of them. So that should work out. Alright, so it's pretty much done. Just needs a basic setup and some adjustments, but it's completed. It looks shitty because I kind of did a sloppy job. It was built in a hurry. It wasn't really trying to make a professional looking one here. I just wanted to see how the basic design would actually hold up, and it's actually pretty comfortable. The neck is, I'd say it's pretty balanced. The body and neck weigh about the same, so it's not too heavy, but first 5-string. I've never even actually played a 5-string before.
or held one. I just kind of threw it together based on what I know of other instruments. So I think it came out pretty well. The independent bridge system here, each string's got its own bridge. They're all separate, they're not connected. The way I grounded them all together was with some copper tape I put underneath all of them, and that actually seemed to work pretty well. I'm not getting any buzzing or anything like that. So as far as the electronics go and the buzzing and grounding and everything, I think this is actually the quietest one I've ever built. So anyway, I'm gonna take this over to Jacob and see what he's gonna do with it.